Good afternoon, welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. I am Jamal Ratnayaka. Before we head into our stories in detail, let's start off with a look at headlines. Two cabinet ministers and 5 state ministers sworn in. Heavy rains exceeding 100 millimeters to continue throughout the day. Heroin worth 7 million seized following island-wide raids. Donald Trump fires Attorney General Jeff Sessions. In our lead story for this afternoon, 2 new cabinet ministers and 5 state ministers were sworn in before the president this morning. Bandula Gunawardena was sworn in as the State Minister of International Trade and Investment Promotion. Susil Premajant was sworn in as the Minister of Public Administration, Home Affairs and Justice. Lakshman Vasantha Perera was sworn in as the State Minister of International Trade and Investment Promotion, and S.M. Chandrasena was sworn in as the State Minister of Social Empowerment. Salinda Dissanayaka took oaths as the State Minister of Indigenous Medicine. C.B. Ratnayaka was sworn in as the State Minister of Transport, and finally Anura Priyadashana Yapa was sworn in as the State Minister of Finance. In more local news, Dr. Charita Herath assumed duties as the Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media and Digital Infrastructure today. Dr. Charita Herath has previously served as the Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media. Meanwhile, Manula Chamal Pereira assumed duties as the new chairman of the National Youth Services Council. The swearing-in took place at the National Youth Services Council in Maharagama yesterday. Minister of Youth Affairs Piyasena Gamage, Minister of Irrigation, Water Resources and Disaster Management Duminda Dissanayaka and Western Province Chief Minister Isura Devapriya were among those who participated at the occasion. In more political news from here at home now, Chairman of the Waligama Urban Council Rehan Jayavikrama expressed views on the current political situation. We are not criticizing the leadership, or we are not going to decide who the leader of the UNP should be. First of all, we should protect the party. This has damaged the party. The UNP will never depend on one person. There are several leaders of UNP, and what I say is that these party leaders should work on the progress of the party. The Government Medical Officers Association, or the GMOA, had organized a press briefing yesterday. People have hope with the recent change. There are also hopes of the professionals, and there are hopes specific to medical officials. We addressed this to the Minister of Finance today. We believe it is an important fact that the country progresses while the state sector is strengthened. We believe that the government will reintroduce the previous pension documents at the interim budget. We hope that this government will do away with the unwanted decisions taken by previous governments and work towards strengthening the public sector. We also saw several tax reliefs being offered to the people following the appointment of the new Minister of Finance. They also waived off several taxes imposed on the income of professionals. Finally, we believe that the new government will take our recommendations into account and introduce further tax waivers. In our weather forecast for this afternoon, now the Department of Meteorology states that heavy showers and thunder showers may develop and 150 millimeters in the northern eastern provinces today as a result of the low pressure condition in the vicinity of the island. The department states that heavy rains could also be experienced in other areas around 100 millimeters. According to our correspondent, the Tambalagaha River in Polonnaruwa is now overflowing as a result of heavy rain. At present, the 6 sluice gates of the Nachidua reservoir have been opened. It will release 3,500 cubic feet of water per second to the Malvatuoya. 6 of the 8 gates of the Rajangene reservoir have also been opened. Accordingly, 5,800 cubic feet of water is released to the Kalawaya. The 2 sluice gates of the Angamu reservoir have already been opened. Meanwhile, the irrigation department says the water level of Nilwala River and the Attanagalu Oya has been rising because of heavy showers. Director of the Water Resources Department, Mala Alawatuwala, stated that the water levels of the Nilwala River are increasing and a minor flood condition may occur. The water level in the Dunamale area in Attanagalu Oya is rising and a minor flood condition may occur. The irrigation department requests the authorities to remain vigilant. A suspect was arrested for the possession of a stock of heroin worth 60 million rupees in Maligawatta. 500 grams and 210 milligrams of heroin were found in his possession. The 36-year-old is a resident of the Kettarama Temple Road in Maligawatta, and the suspect is to be produced before the Malika Kanda magistrate today. Meanwhile, another suspect has been arrested with nearly £1 million worth of heroin in his possession along the Podujana Mawata in Angulana. He was found in the possession of 75.130 grams of heroin as well as 4 luxury vehicles. The 32-year-old suspect is due to be produced before courts later today. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education and Higher Education says a study has been done regarding the return of uniform textile instead of vouchers for school children. Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Padmasri Jayamana, said that steps have been taken to change the voucher system and to get the uniforms back to the students. He also said that several senior officials of the ministry have been appointed for the study. The secretary said they have been instructed to give prompt decisions. During this month, vouchers or uniform textiles should be given by the government for the usage of next year. The General Secretary of the Ceylon Teachers Union, Joseph Starling, who has been requesting uniform textile during the last 3 years, demanded to provide school uniform textile in this occasion. The residents of Polonnaruwa claim that the bricks provided by the Central Cultural Fund for the ancient archaeological sites in Polonnaruwa are of low quality. It is said that the Demala Mahasaya was constructed by King Parakramabahu the Great using Tamil prisoners from Pandya. This is considered the largest stupa in the kingdom of Polonnaruwa. The residents say a decision was taken to conserve this archaeological site, and about 130,000 bricks that were brought for this purpose have been destroyed. They say a large number of bricks have been dissolved because of heavy rains during the past 2 days. The Polonnaruwa Project Office of the Central Cultural Fund has separated these bricks yesterday. And that concludes lunchtime news on TV1 for this afternoon. For a comprehensive report of these stories and more, simply join us on our award-winning website www.newsfirst.lk. For the Newsfirst team, I am Zamal Ratnayaka. Good afternoon.